From sightings of strange alien-like creatures hiding in the cracks to unsettling screams coming from the forests, and even footage of beautiful yet powerful forces of nature in action. If you're intrigued by the world of the unexplained,
what the f was that?
You're in for an extraordinary adventure. A hiker exploring the Canadian wilderness stumbled upon a terrifying sight, a crack in a mountain face that harbored something truly unsettling. The video, shot by the hiker himself, shows the interior of the crack. As the camera pans deeper, a creature with an otherworldly appearance comes into view. It has large, black eyes that seem to lock onto the camera lens, and its elongated skull only amplifies its alien-like features. The video is slowed down, allowing us to see the exact moment the creature notices the camera's flash. Viewers are divided on what this thing might be. Some are convinced it's an alien trapped or hiding within the crack. Others offer a more down-to-earth explanation, suggesting it could be an animal like a turkey that somehow fell in. Now, I've seen my fair share of turkeys, but none quite as terrifying as this. Screams. They can express joy, excitement, or sheer terror. But there's something unsettling about hearing unexplained screams echoing through the woods, especially when you're camping. This video, captured by a person camping in the Vimperk forest of the Czech Republic, is sure to raise the hairs on your neck. The clip starts with the cameraman venturing into the forest, where they're met with a series of strange humanoid screams. Sounding scared and confused, the cameraman cautiously approaches the source of the noise. At the 23-second mark, a shadowy figure can be glimpsed briefly in the trees, as the screams escalate in both volume and intensity.
Что kurwa? Вообще у нас все прилетело. Okay, иду сюда.
The cameraman understandably decides to beat a hasty retreat. The video ends abruptly, leaving us with more questions than answers. What was making those horrifying sounds? The screams do have a human-like quality in terms of tone, pitch, and length. This has led some viewers to compare them to recordings of skinwalker calls, legendary shapeshifters from Native American folklore.
Ha!
The idea of a skinwalker mimicking human screams to lure in prey is downright chilling. This video is definitely creepy, and it serves as a reminder that the forest can hold some truly unsettling mysteries. You expect to see ships in the middle of the ocean, but what about the ships of the desert? Now that's something fascinating and a little confusing. Believe it or not, these are camels, not sharks. This video, captured by a fishing boat off the coast of Dubai, shows something truly bizarre. In the footage, you can see two heads bobbing out of the water. Take a closer look, and you'll realize it's not some unknown sea creature, but two camels in the middle of the ocean. These camels are just casually swimming along, seemingly unfazed by the deep water. Now, camels aren't exactly known for their swimming skills. Their bodies are built for surviving in dry environments, with features like specialized nostrils to keep sand out. So, how on earth did they end up in the middle of the sea? Maybe they fell off a ship, or perhaps they just got tired of the sand. We're all familiar with seeing faces in everyday objects. Clouds, smoke, even trees. But this next video takes mind tricks to a whole new level. Is it a ghost child lurking in the shadows? This video, uploaded by a homeowner on Reddit with the title Creepy Illusion, has gone viral. In the footage, the homeowner films their kitchen door, where a strange humanoid head appears to be peeking around the corner. It almost looks like a small child. But as the homeowner gets closer, the truth is revealed. It wasn't a head or a ghost at all, just a plastic bag creating an uncanny illusion. From a distance, it definitely resembled a person. But zoom in, and there's no resemblance of a face left. Talk about a creepy trick of the light. Let's be honest, if I saw that in my house in the middle of the night, I might scream too. Next up, we have an absolutely mind-blowing encounter, captured on a deputy's body cam during a high-stakes manhunt in the woods. This is one clip you don't want to miss.
What the f was that?
This isn't your typical body cam footage. A deputy was hot on the trail of a suspect who crashed and bolted on foot into the forest during a stormy night. As the deputy joined the search party, something incredible happened. A massive explosion erupted in the distance. The blast was quick, but strange. Slowing down the video reveals an eerie blue light emanating from the explosion, followed by a seemingly impossible second explosion right beside it. The strangest part: no one else witnessed this bizarre event. The search was called off, and upon regrouping at headquarters, the deputy discovered none of his colleagues saw the blue explosion. This has viewers buzzing with theories, with many suggesting alien activity. While that's certainly intriguing, I'm more inclined to believe it could be a transformer exploding. The blue light might have been an electrical short circuit. Whatever the cause, one thing's for sure: this bizarre blast might have inadvertently aided the escape of the fleeing suspect. If you got so far in the video, it means you're a dedicated viewer. Thank you. And if you subscribe and hit the bell button, I promise to keep posting these for you to enjoy. Security cameras are supposed to make us feel safe, but then they capture stuff like this. Did you see that? This footage comes from a home ring doorbell camera, and it's seriously unsettling. It's nighttime in the video, and there's this strange little black creature wandering around the yard. It's about the size of a penguin, and walks like one too, but something about its shape just seems off. The video cuts out right as the creature disappears behind something. Look, I can't think of any animal that walks like a penguin except, well, penguins. But what in the world would a penguin be doing out there in someone's yard? We've all heard of stray dogs and cats, but a penguin? Seriously, what is that thing? This next clip is straight from Reddit. A user's friend's mom heard a knock on the door at night, and the motion lights went off too, but there was nothing there. The video comes from a motion detecting doorbell camera. It's nighttime, and everything seems quiet. Suddenly, these strange flying things flit in front of the camera. They kinda look like nuggets, but definitely not your typical chicken variety. They're weird shaped, and well, weird. Once they disappear, the motion sensor light kicks on, but whatever it was is long gone. Commenters are buzzing with theories, with fairies being a popular guess. I'm a bit skeptical though. The way they shine and move makes me think it could be a spider web. Look closely, you can see a thin white string holding those three things together, but that still doesn't explain the motion sensor light turning on. Part of me wants to believe in fairies, but the evidence leans towards a spider web. What do you guys think? Fairies or creepy crawly creation? Let me know in the comments. Hell on Earth, or just a weird phenomenon, has people fired up. This video went viral on Facebook, uploaded by Sajid Ali, and it's easy to see why. It looks like a portal straight to the underworld. In the video, Sajid captures a pit of mud bubbling with what seems like boiling water. Flames erupt from the pit, making the whole scene even more intense. Is this really the gateway to hell? Don't worry, we're safe for now. Turns out, this fiery phenomenon is caused by flammable gases escaping the ground during a well digging project. These gases are also responsible for the bubbling mud, creating the illusion of a boiling cauldron, while some in Pakistan are calling it divine punishment, azab. I think whoever found this might have struck gold, or rather gas, free fuel forever. Now that's a jackpot. They say Indian bus rides aren't for the faint of heart, and this video proves it. Wow, close call. This clip captures the reality of Indian bus commutes. We see the conductor and two passengers standing while everyone else has seats. The bus is flying down the road, and when it takes a sharp turn, the man next to the conductor loses his balance and tumbles towards the door. Just as the door swings open, and the man's about to become a human projectile, the conductor pulls off a superhero move, grabbing his hand and yanking him back to safety. The conductor does it all so smoothly, like it's just another day at the office. Lesson learned, stay clear of the bus door when it's moving, folks. You might not always have a Superman conductor around to save the day. This next clip from Papua New Guinea shows the horror that divers face, especially in the depths of the ocean. Venturing to a depth of 57 meters in the Papua New Guinea Ocean, two divers set out on an exploration mission. As they were documenting their surroundings, one of the divers ahead sensed something approaching from a distance. Suddenly, a shark emerges in the frame, charging towards the diver with intent to attack. In a split-second reaction, the diver uses their leg to fend off the shark, and miraculously it works. The shark changes its trajectory, leaving the diver unharmed. It's a heart-stopping moment, and thankfully the diver's quick thinking and the shark's relatively mild aggression averted what could have been a disastrous underwater encounter at such a depth. Australia is known for its diverse range of creatures, but this video I stumbled upon reveals some truly mysterious inhabitants we've never seen before.
You've got some long fur that was on the creature. There we go. There's a bit of a long fur. It's probably a bit dark to be able to see.
The footage features an interview documentary with Jake Kasser, who captured a truly bizarre creature on film. In the video, Jake comes across a strange creature perched dead on a tree. At first glance, it resembles a brushtail possum from above with its long snout. But upon closer inspection, it becomes clear that this creature is unlike anything we've seen before. With its elongated body, long tail, and weird predator-like teeth, it defies categorization. Jake carefully examines the creature, turning it around to show its body from all angles. It's a perplexing sight. This creature doesn't fit into any known pest category. But this is Australia we're talking about, a land known for its unique and sometimes bizarre wildlife. Perhaps this creature is just another example of the strange and wonderful creatures that call Australia home. Some even suggest it might be a devil rat that's grown to Australian proportions. China's technological prowess never ceases to amaze me, but I never imagined they'd be pushing the boundaries to the point of resurrecting extinct animals. Did that just blow your mind? Believe it or not, this isn't a real dinosaur. It's an expertly crafted animatronic brought to life by Chinese researchers. Just take a look at the texture and realism of this creature. It's like something straight out of Jurassic Park. And the sound effects? They're spot on. With dinosaur roars emanating from speakers cleverly hidden inside its mouth. But what really steals the show is its fluid movements. Watching it gracefully glide across the screen, you'd almost believe it was the real deal. It's a testament to the incredible advancements in Chinese animatronics technology. Now, I can't help but wonder what's next. Imagine full-scale replicas of dinosaurs roaming around. It's a thrilling thought and a testament to human ingenuity. When you're out on a forest hike, always keep an eye on your surroundings, or something like this might be lurking in the woods. The footage is from a hiker exploring the Canadian Acadian forest who noticed a hairy creature stalking him. Initially resembling a bear, the creature gradually reveals its distinctiveness. Its entire body has a humanoid appearance, and it's pretty massive, covered in thick dark brown fur. This creature fits the description of what many people consider the legendary Bigfoot. The way this creature stands still, gazing at the camera, is quite unsettling because we're uncertain about its motives. It might be just curious about the hiker, or perhaps it sees the hiker as potential prey. So, when you're in the woods, it's important to stay alert, as we can't be sure about the intentions of this Bigfoot-like creature. If the idea of Bigfoot stalking doesn't give you the creeps, this video has something even more unsettling. Recorded by a group camping in a forest, it captures a strange figure standing in front of the camera with glowing eyes. This watcher appears to have some sinister intent, and it's unnerving for the campers. In terms of appearance, this creature looks humanoid as we can discern its outline in the darkness, and it's quite human-like. The way its eerie, lifeless eyes stare at the camera genuinely frightens me. The darkness surrounding the creature adds an extra layer of unease. After recording the video, the group packed up and left, yet the creature remained, watching them. Whatever that creature was, it has made me swear off camping the forest forever. When we think of frogs, we often picture them as lazy, chubby creatures just sitting around, right? But have you ever seen them hunting? This video comes from a house in Florida and was recorded by a family member. In the footage, we see a view of a glass window, and on it, a large moth is strolling. The woman behind the camera is capturing this scene when suddenly, a frog jumps and attacks the moth. The frog swiftly bites the upper body of the moth, and half of it ends up in the frog's mouth. Witnessing this unexpected attack, the woman recording the video becomes surprised and fascinated.
Oh my god! I am filming!
Following the capture, the frog holds the moth in its mouth, and the internal liquid from the moth drips all over the glass window. Personally, I find the way the frog clings and holds onto the moth during all of this quite fascinating and intriguing. After watching this video, it becomes evident that frogs are not creatures to underestimate. I always express my fondness for trail cameras because they capture things that are not easily visible in the forest. This particular trail camera recorded something quite intriguing. Initially set up high on a tree, to monitor the local bear population. It ended up capturing a large humanoid figure moving on the ground. This figure was enormous and covered in thick black fur. At first glance from above, it resembled a gorilla, but considering the location in Canada, some viewers believe it could be a sighting of the legendary Bigfoot. I share the same perspective and find it fascinating. Bigfoot, if it is indeed the creature captured in the video, is known for avoiding human contact and staying hidden. The fact that this camera, positioned high above, managed to capture such a sighting adds an extra layer of intrigue to the story. We've only explored 5% of our ocean, leaving the remaining 95% yet to be discovered. This makes me wonder about the creatures that might inhabit that unexplored part, and this video provides a glimpse. Uploaded by a TikTok account called Nature is Intense. It features footage of a rare aquatic creature resembling a peculiar eel. This creature has an unusual naked body with 2 tiny arms and a head shaped like a crocodile. Its body is long, similar to an eel, but its swimming behavior is strange, using its hands and then its body in a way I've never seen in any other aquatic creature. I'm not sure what this creature is, so if any of you viewers can identify it, please share in the comments. If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. This video originates from Brazil, showcasing villagers capturing a weird creature. In the footage, a group of people gathers around this mysterious being. As the cameraman approaches, everything about the creature appears strange and unusual. It possesses naked skin with a texture resembling a giant larva, but with 2 large eyes on its head. Additionally, it has 2 arms. But strangely, there are no hands at the end. The lower body is even stranger than the head, and upper body, resembling something out of an alien movie. The creature appears lifeless, as it doesn't exhibit any movement, but its skin, when zoomed in by the cameraman, looks quite damp. While a plausible explanation could be that it's a newborn mutated baby of some animal, the chances seem low as such intense mutations are rarely observed. As enchanting as sea life may seem, it can be quite harsh with predators like sharks and orcas present. This video vividly depicts the harsh realities of the ocean. It captures the lifeless body of a seal washed up on a Sydney beach. Sadly, this poor seal has a significant portion of its body missing, likely due to a shark bite, ultimately leading to its demise. Upon closer inspection in the video, bite marks on the seal's body resembling shark teeth become evident, evoking a sense of sadness for the camera persons.
That's a bite mark, isn't it? You can see the teeth.
Now, the question arises. Why would the shark attack the seal if it didn't intend to eat it? To me, it seems like the seal was initially attacked by the shark, managed to escape but succumbed to its injuries and eventually washed up on the beach. Having security cameras installed at home usually provides a sense of safety, but occasionally, they can capture scenes that evoke the opposite feeling. In this 2019 video from a house's security camera, the backyard of the house initially appears normal. However, something catches the eye in the background, a being moving in a peculiar way. This creature has long hands, tiny legs, and uses its hands for walking. It doesn't resemble any known animal or human, leaving viewers puzzled. Some viewers suggest it could be the rake or a skinwalker due to its appearance, but I doubt that. The rake and skinwalker typically move on all 4s like animals, so my guess is that this might be a nightcrawler, known for their slightly elongated arms. Our forests are full of mysterious creatures, and this Canadian video adds to the sightings. The footage captures a distant view of the Canadian woods, revealing a strange humanoid creature crouching within. It remains in a crouched position, potentially waiting for something or someone to pass by, hinting at a possible intention to attack. The creature's long arms give it an intimidating appearance, and at times it seems to be signaling someone to either follow or stay low. It's conceivable that this creature is part of a group, possibly gathered for hunting. As the cameraman continues recording, he pans the camera toward a cyclist approaching the figure. When he turns the camera back to the creature, it mysteriously disappears, and the video concludes. Upon zooming in, the creature's strange body texture and a lizard-like head become apparent. Based on these features, to me, this creature looks like it could be a lizard man. Ever seen those alien-like worms from movies? This video brings you footage of something similar. Recorded by a villager after rain, it shows a worm in the mud, initially appearing normal. The creature undergoes a transformation when touched by the villager. Root-like webs start growing from its body, expanding rapidly. These web-like structures emerge as a defensive mechanism, triggered when the worm feels threatened. Despite its terrifying appearance, this worm isn't an extraterrestrial invader, but a creature that has existed on our planet for a long time. Belonging to the Nemertea phylum, it's known as the ribbon worm. The ribbon worm uses its web for both capturing prey and as a defense mechanism. So viewers, there's no need to rush to your bunkers. This creature is not an alien. A Reddit user uploaded a video claiming to have captured footage of a cryptid in an abandoned house. In the shared footage, the explorers are seen navigating the abandoned house, but the front door is locked. Undeterred, the curious cameraman spots a small opening at the top of the door and inserts his camera to record the interior. The camera captures a dark hallway, and at the end of it, a figure with glowing eyes is standing, staring back at the camera. The cameraman, focused on extending his hand to get a better shot, remains unaware of the creature. The mysterious figure continues to stare for a while before suddenly charging towards the camera. Unknowingly, the man recording pulls out his camera, just as the creature is about to attack. In the video, viewers can even catch a glimpse of the creature's claw as the explorer retrieves the camera. While it's challenging to discern details due to the darkness, it's clear that whatever this creature was, its sudden charge suggests that its motives were anything but innocent. Have you ever seen those sci-fi movies where enormous space squids soar through the sky, causing terror? Well, there's a video circulating that seems to capture a real-life version of that scenario. Taken from a plane, the footage shows something massive and squid-like in the distance, resembling a giant squid with its upper body and long tentacles. At one point, it even looks like two separate creatures as it turns. The body appears to thin out, and then the video abruptly ends. Upon closer examination, some speculate that it could be contrails from a plane. However, there's no visible aircraft nearby, and if it were contrails, they should have dissipated after a few minutes when the plane moved on. Another suggestion is that it might be a custom-designed squid-shaped kite, but its size makes it improbable to fly in such high altitudes and strong winds. If it isn't one of these explanations, some are entertaining the idea that it could be an unknown alien creature. We're accustomed to thinking that our feline friends are unbeatable when it comes to hunting rats, but this video from Russia might make us reconsider. The footage captures a surprising scene where a massive rat fearlessly charges at a group of 5 cats. None of the cats seem willing to confront or fight the rat, which launches an attack on the cats with full force. The rat starts by going after a black cat, then turns its attention to another cat. Despite the black cat's attempts to retaliate, the rat proves too strong and large for the feline. It jumps around, taking advantage of every opportunity to attack. The entire incident was recorded by a family from the safety of their car, leaving them astonished. It's truly remarkable how nature can be so unpredictable. If you got so far in the video, it means you're a dedicated viewer. Thank you. And if you subscribe and hit the bell button, I promise to keep posting these for you to enjoy. This video originates from Texas and was shared by a ranch owner who claims to have captured footage of Bigfoot. While taking his morning stroll near a forest lake, the rancher noticed a humanoid figure in the distance. Initially thinking it was a person, he called out, but received no response. The figure remained stationary, prompting the rancher to start recording. The humanoid figure stood there, seemingly doing nothing. The rancher, puzzled by its identity, speculated that it could be Bigfoot. In terms of appearance, the creature seemed quite humanoid, with thick black fur resembling the descriptions of Bigfoot sightings. However, I'm a bit skeptical about it being an actual Bigfoot, because the size of its legs looked more human, and its posture was also quite human-like. So I suspect it might be someone wearing a Bigfoot costume either for a prank or to create an interesting video.
Is that Bigfoot? I can't zoom in any further with this mode.
Heading out on a forest trail can be a fun and calming adventure. But if you have an encounter like this, it surely turns into an event that you can never forget. This video comes from California, and in it, we see a car driving on a forest trail. There are two passengers in the car. One is the driver, and the other is his friend who is recording the video. As they move along the trail, they spot something big and humanoid in the distance.
Whoa, what was that?
Seeing it, the driver speeds up the car, and as they get close to it, they see this figure. Then they stop the car to follow, but the figure emits a really disturbing roar, which seems like it is warning them not to follow.
What the world?
Hearing this, the driver decides to let this thing go because venturing might be dangerous now.
I am not going in there.
And that's where the video ends. Seeing this creature's appearance, like its size, humanoid figure, it looks like what we call a Bigfoot. Do you think the same? Chickens may not be the first animals that come to mind when you think of hypnosis, but this next video presents a curious farmyard phenomenon.
Hypnotize a rooster. Ready? So you hold him like this. Watch Tooster's body. Watch this. Watch his body. Oh my gosh. Watch.
Yeah, you saw that. This rooster just got hypnotized. And trust me, it's a sight to behold. This video was captured at a chicken farm, where the farm owner's neighbor waltzed in with some serious hypnotism skills up his sleeve. They picked out a brave rooster, laid its head on the ground, and drew a line in the dirt right in front of its face. And just like that, the rooster went limp, as if its body was under some kind of magical spell. Now, here's where it gets even crazier. When the owner removed the line, the rooster snapped back to reality and attacked his hand in a hilarious twist of events. Talk about a feathered frenzy. Sure, it may sound like something out of a cartoon, but this hypnotism technique is legit and gaining popularity on the internet. Just remember, folks, while it may be tempting to try it out on your neighbor's rooster, let's leave the hypnosis to the pros. After all, we wouldn't want a chicken uprising on our hands. Now would we? Recorded in 2007, this clip was uploaded by two mountaineers who were left wondering about what they had just captured on camera. They had been wandering through the snow when something strange occurred. They spotted a living, moving creature in the middle of nowhere, in a place where the two humans present were barely breathing due to the high altitude in the mountains of Nepal. This creature was navigating the snow as if it was no big deal. It looked like another human being. However, you quickly spot the distinct features, like being covered entirely in fur and being a lot more massive. Towering above the altitude, it couldn't possibly be a local. The creature was massive and completely covered in thick black fur, which confused the climbers. If it wasn't human, the only logical explanation they could think of was that it might be a Yeti. Even to this day, people have proposed various theories about the creature, but not a single one has been proven, leaving the mystery unsolved. Could these mysterious creatures inhabit the mountains of Nepal? I am very keen on believing that these creatures exist somewhere in the world, and they are relatives of the known Bigfoot, more accustomed to these snowy landscapes. Imagine deciding to cross a lake, not considering the worst-case scenario. Unbeknownst to you, the worst-case scenario may be lurking still in the water, waiting for one wrong move. This is precisely what could have happened to a man if he hadn't been wearing polarized glasses. Before stepping into the water, he decided to put them on, and what he saw sent shivers down his spine. A giant alligator was peacefully floating under the water, waiting for prey to approach. Just look at the terrifying difference with or without polarized glasses. Without them, you'd have no chance to know that something deadly is waiting there. My advice to you all is to always take a pair of polarized glasses with you if you head out somewhere you know crocs or alligators are present. I have to warn anyone who enjoys playing with a strong laser pointers outside. This can get you into trouble, especially if you point it up in the sky at some passing aircraft. Take a look at this video of this incredibly smart guy who decided to point his strong laser at a passing aircraft, and not just a random aircraft, a military plane. I can't say for sure whether this is the camera from an AC-130 or other aircraft, but this is for sure the military, as we can understand from the audio.
Sac, Air 21.
Air 21, go ahead.
Yeah, two things. U-tail on the gun, and right now we're getting hit pretty good with a green laser.
11290 Charles, we're out to CJ. Air 21, copy U-tail on the gun.
Just look at how persistent this guy is in being annoying. The funny thing is that this guy gets what he deserves, as the aircraft notices authorities about this incident, and we can immediately see the consequences. Police cars quickly arrive at his house and arrest him. So remember folks, don't mess outside with strong light, especially if you point them to the sky.
Right on, you guys are awesome. Thank you.
433, go ahead.
Unlike the last clip, this shows the creepy side of nature, which is just as rare as the most raw and vulnerable side. Shadows and secrets lurk everywhere, but sometimes they come out of hiding and make sudden appearances in front of humans, as if warning them and alerting them to their existence. Something like that happened in this clip, where a man ended up recording something so weird that he could not believe his own eyes. To see what others think, he uploaded it on the internet. But other people remain just as confused as him. The creature in the clip looked scary, and there is no doubt in that. But it was so unusual that no one could even make out his face. I am not sure how and where this was recorded, given the quality is bad, but the creature looks like a deformed human. Is this the infamous rake, or something completely different? I can't tell, but do let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you ever think that you are only in danger while wandering in the woods and completely safe when you are near your home where hundreds of other humans remain living nearby, then you are wrong. This clip will show you exactly why. This man was casually walking around his neighborhood, checking his phone and perhaps thinking, what could even go wrong here? But the wild bear nearby knew exactly what it was going to do. The man spotted what was coming and somehow had the courage in him to stay put instead of running. We can immediately spot the bear running a bit in circle and then going straight for the man. Thankfully, however, this time the man's luck was working, and the bear had to let go of him after struggling to get a better grip for some time. Car in the back helped a lot as well, as the bear got scared when the strong headlights hit it. Fortunately, this guy's luck was working that day, or it could have ended in the worst possible ways. Recorded a couple of years ago, this video went viral as it hit the internet. The family was enjoying some time together by the lake when they saw something scary. captured on the camera. It was clear that what they saw was nothing other than a Bigfoot. However, since they could not come to a conclusion by themselves, they uploaded it just so they could see what others think about it. And not to their surprise, every single person pointed in only one direction. The creature was massive. It had a posture and walked like humans, but it was not a human, unless of course someone was pulling a prank. But if we take the possibility of it being real, the whole scenario turns into a dark one, as this family might have been in danger. But I do have to put up a question. Why are they avoiding humans? Is there more to the story, or are we missing some information? They say pets can see and save you from the things you normally are not able to see. I used to think of it as a joke until I saw this clip. This girl was peacefully sitting in her room, scrolling on Instagram like we all do, when she noticed her dog acting weird. The dog had its eyes fixated on one point. However, when the girl moved the camera towards the direction the dog was looking at, there was nothing to see. The staring thing could have been tolerated, but then the dog started growling in a creepy way, all the time looking at the same point. For minutes straight, the dog was just staring there, as if trying to warn someone to stay away. What was it that the dog was seeing? Was it really a ghost or something else? To me personally, it does look like the dog was seeing some paranormal entity. I would trust him and get out of there for now. The ocean has never been explored completely. More than half of it remains unexplored till today. And that is the main reason it is way scarier and more unpredictable than any of us can imagine. Take this clip for instance. These guys were having fun on the beach. Everything was normal until one of them noticed something weird between the waves. Not overcoming the curiosity, the men had to go and see exactly what it was that they were seeing. To their surprise, it was not a sea monster or a shark, but a huge lobster. Not a normal size, but so massive that it took 4 of them to carry it out of the waves. The lobster looked very real except for the fact that it was not moving at all. And this is the point where we can think that it could be fake. Maybe someone put a huge statue of a lobster there to freak others out. If this was the case, then that person did succeed in their intentions. I hope it is just a prop, because otherwise this means that such insanely large creatures might roam the seas. Fishing can be nice and peaceful until your luck stops working and you get dragged into trouble you never even imagined. This is exactly what happened to this guy who was enjoying his fishing spree when he realized he caught something. Excited about it, he started reeling it back when it hit him. It was not just a catch, but a big and heavy one. The more he reeled it back, the more excited he got. However, it wasn't until the catch was right on the surface of the water that he knew he had messed it all up.
Oh!
Look at that little rod now, boy.
Smack me in the face.
It wasn't a fish that he caught, but the whole gator. Thankfully, all the beast wanted was to get rid of the hook and not the humans. I am glad they got that on video. I don't think you'd want to take a picture pose with that catch.
Let's see what this boy looks like. We're about to see him.
Just as I mentioned before, the ocean is way scarier than we can think. It has mysteries lying deep beneath the surface that we might never know about. Every day something weird is captured by cameras all around the world that gives us a new perspective about the ocean. Take this clip for instance. The guy was just wandering around when he noticed something weird floating in the water. It looked like a trunk. Intrigued, he took his camera out and started recording. The thing looked like it was attached to something that was moving under the water, but remained completely hidden, so I can't tell what it could be. According to the man himself, there was a big possibility that it was a sea monster, and the thing could be a part of its body aimed to lure people into the trap. Even though it sounds like something out of a movie, there is no other explanation I can come up with. Do let me know if you guys have anything else in mind. This picture was taken in 2015 when a mysterious creature was found on the banks of a river near the town of Sosnovy Bor, Russia, which was built in the 1950s to serve the Leningrad nuclear power plant. Its elongated body, claw feet, and mysterious skull have gotten alien hunters excited at what could be evidence of life on other planets. Either that or it's a mutant chicken embryo, which is what experts first thought it might have been. However, some believe that if it is a corpse, it isn't from any known animal on the planet. To be fair, the body does look a bit like the aliens from movies. Though what it was doing, poking around a nuclear power plant in the middle of Russia, is anyone's guess. I personally lean to the idea that the nuclear waste might have affected some animals in the area, giving rise to this abomination. Mutations can be way scarier than anyone can ever think. These mutations, which were very rare before, have been happening quite often these days, especially in India, where every other day we see, for some unknown reason, a case of cows or goats with weird mutations being born. This clip shows a glimpse into one of such cases. This cow gave birth to a calf, but unfortunately, it was not born normal. It had 2 heads instead of a normal one. The survival of the calf in these kinds of cases is very rare. Hardly any of these have survived for months, let alone years. But that won't stop the mother from caring for what she has just given birth to. We can only hope these things stop and someone finds a better solution to this problem, which appears to be increasing with every passing day. Recorded and uploaded on TikTok by a user named DeBlankers, this video had everyone in shock when they first saw it. What appears to be a spooky night soon turns into actual terror when a weird-looking creature appears on the screen crawling on the ground. The creature looked very skinny to be a human, and yet it did not resemble an animal either. What was it? For many, it was the infamous skinwalker accidentally caught on the trail camera. However, for others, it was just a hoax and nothing else. As the video gained more and more views, the mixed reactions it was getting got intense. Till today, no one has been able to tell what exactly it was. Was it really the skinwalker? What do you think? Hiking can be fun until you come face to face with the ultimate terror that nature is. In this video, we can see from the point of a few guys up a mountain slope, looking down at a bear making its way down the path. They are increasingly worried, yelling to get off the trail. We soon can see the 3 men on the other side of the trail making a run for it. I have to say that in this kind of situation, running is perhaps your worst choice. These killing machines of nature can catch up to you in the blink of an eye. But luckily for them, this bear did not seem in the mood to run, perhaps being already full from another meal. When you think you have seen it all, nature takes the weirdest things and puts them right in front of your eyes. For instance, in this clip, this man saw a creepy creature rolling around in the hay bush. At first, he could not decipher what exactly was it, but soon enough, we realized that it's actually entangled snakes in a strange way. What were the snakes up to? Were they fighting over something? Or is it their way of making love? The first time I saw this, it made me think of the mythical creature called Hydra, but on a miniature scale. Anyway, quite a bizarre sight to see while walking in the forest. Bigfoots have always been a topic of interest for many. Some have even gone past limits to just get a hold of some evidence which points towards the existence of these mighty creatures. One such guy happened to actually record a clip of the infamous Bigfoot on his trail camera. The giant creature, caught for a glimpse, presents a body covered completely in dark hair, is spotted passing by the trail camera while staring straight at it. The camera was mounted in a very deep spot in the woods. Therefore, the chances of it being a human are slim. Moreover, the face looks so strange, it certainly did not look like belonging to a human. Or if it was a human, the makeup team must be really good. My personal opinion is that this is a valid footage, although very blurry. What's your opinion? You never know when driving out at night can turn into a scary experience for you. Something like that happened to the guy in this video who was driving alone when he saw something on the side of the road. It was a woman walking all alone by the side of a remote road with no light. As he stopped to ask if she needs help, she only made a terrifying sound.
Excuse me, you need help? What the?
I have to admire the courage of the man to stop and ask her if she is okay, and to keep his cool even when the encounter turned even creepier. But what was really up with that woman? Was she a ghost or a crazy woman? What do you think? This man took his kids out for a nice day in the woods, but what he did not know was that their day was about to turn from good to worse in a second. As he watches and records his kids playing, he starts noticing something weird. There weren't just his two kids, but someone else too. As the creepy short creature with a big head moves towards the children, not just the dad, but the kids also get scared, so they run towards their father who keeps shouting at them. The video lasted for a few seconds, but that must be the most terrifying seconds of the guy's life for sure. Was it an alien? A ghost? For me, it looks like some kind of a prank as well, but still nothing could be said for sure. This video was recorded by a man who kept hearing weird sounds from an abandoned building near to where he lived. So one night, he decided to go check what was happening and see if there was anyone there. But what he did not know was that he was about to witness a very dangerous situation. As he moves towards the building with a flashlight on, a figure appears inside the building behind the wall. What looked like a tall, dark, human-like figure with glowing eyes stared straight at the man. I don't know about you, but at this point, I would close the recording and head back home immediately. But instead, this man followed the figure. Once inside, we can clearly see that there is no one. Where did the figure go? Was it a ghost or just a guy playing pranks on others? Honestly, looking at those scary eyes, it did not look like a normal human being to me. However, the conclusion is still yours to make. Recorded and uploaded by a guy a couple of years ago, this clip had not just him, but everyone who saw it confused. According to him, he and his friends were out hiking on the mountains when they spotted a man far away descending down the hill. They saw him and thought he must be some lone hiker. However, it took them a few moments to realize that what they were seeing might not be just a human. Was that the infamous Bigfoot? There is still a chance that it could be just a human on a solo adventure. But the whole situation looks weird. What do you think? This video was uploaded years ago, when a man claimed that he had captured a ghost on his camera. It was late at night that the guy went to the spot that was famous for being haunted. At first, he recorded the old tree, with nothing spooky to see there. But as the camera shifted towards the other side, we can see a figure standing nearby with glowing eyes. It looked like a human, however, the eyes and the way it stood still the entire time showed that it was no ordinary human being. According to the man, it was a ghost who had haunted the place for hundreds of years. To me, it does look like a ghost, and I am not sure why people decide to go to haunted places in the middle of the night. Don't they care for their own safety? Thunderstorms and rains can be soothing. However, things take a quick turn towards it being spooky, especially when something like this happens. During a storm, when dark clouds had covered the whole sky, some guys were capturing the moment on their camera when a weird symbol started appearing in the clouds. As the video was uploaded by the man, it gained different reactions, along with millions of views. To some, it was an alien spaceship hidden in the dark clouds, while to others, it looked like an apocalyptic sign. I am not sure what theory to lean towards. What do you think? Imagine you're on a camping trip with your family, surrounded by the beauty of nature, when suddenly the atmosphere takes a dark turn. A chilling video unfolds, shared by a Californian family who experienced something truly eerie during their forest camping adventure. While settled in their camp, they begin to hear strange hissing noises coming from the surroundings. Intrigued and unnerved, they decide to venture out and explore, only to be confronted by an encounter that can only be described as pure evil and unholy, a creepy humanoid figure standing before them. Overwhelmed by fear, the family hastily retreats, and the father manages to capture a distant shot of the mysterious entity. The clip captures the children running scared from this bizarre humanoid figure. Upon closer examination, as the footage is slowed down and zoomed in, the creature appears to resemble a creepy woman with an upper body that has a tree trunk-like texture. The figure moves slowly and unsettlingly, especially in the eerie movement of its arms. Regardless of its true nature, one thing is abundantly clear. This creature doesn't seem to harbor innocent motives. This intriguing video, posted on YouTube, captures what appears to be a ghostly presence at a haunted railway station in India. Recorded at night, the footage shows an empty station, with a smoky figure materializing out of thin air. This figure takes on a humanoid shape, strolling for a while before vanishing again into thin air. While some may interpret it as a ghost or spirit, there's a possibility that the smoky figure could be the result of smoke from a nearby fireplace. During winters in India, small fireplaces are common. But if this were the case, the source should be visible to the camera. Strangely, there's no apparent nearby fireplace in the footage. Adding to the mystery, local residents consider the railway station haunted due to multiple sightings of spirits, smoky figures. The question remains, was this a genuine encounter with the supernatural, or could it be a well-orchestrated hoax? A video posted on the Creepy Max subreddit over on Reddit claims to have captured the moment a Bigfoot chased the person recording it. In the footage, we're taken to a nighttime scene in fields, where a creature is seen trying to hide in the tall grass. It appears to be making a stealthy approach towards the cameraman, biding its time for the right moment. Initially resembling a gorilla, the creature's features become more humanoid. As the video progresses, the creature is hunched over, with facial features reminiscent of what many describe as Bigfoot. As the video unfolds, the Bigfoot-like entity charges toward the camera, prompting the cameraman to bolt, resulting in an abrupt end to the recording. The way the creature lurks and charges adds a spine-chilling element to the experience. However, it raises questions about why the cameraman continued filming for so long, especially considering the creature's aggressive behavior. One possible explanation could be that the cameraman was worried that turning away might provoke an attack, so they kept the camera focused on the creature for as long as possible. If you're planning a hiking adventure, it's crucial to have a companion with you. Venturing alone could lead to unexpected encounters. In a video from a hiker exploring the Canadian forest, a dense wooded area is captured. In the distance, a large black creature is seen crossing, covered in thick fur with a robust humanoid posture. The creature appears tall with a massive body frame. The hiker smartly records the creature from a concealed spot among the nearby bushes, ensuring it remains unaware of his presence. Many viewers believe this creature to be a Bigfoot due to its appearance and body structure, a sentiment shared by the hiker. It's indeed a rare and captivating sighting. However, what truly instills fear and unease is how close the hiker stood to record the creature. If the Bigfoot had caught even a hint of his presence, things could have taken a rough turn. Always better to be cautious in the wilderness. This video is from a TikTok account called Sasquatch Watcher, showcasing a sighting of a creature resembling a Sasquatch. The footage captures a view of tall trees, and within it, a sizable and hefty creature is seen passing by. The creature's height and broad body structure are evident when compared to the surrounding trees, suggesting it could be around 10 to 12 feet tall. Cloaked in thick black fur, and displaying a humanoid posture. The uploader claims it to be a Russian Bigfoot, a claim not far-fetched based on its appearance. Witnessing such a massive creature roaming the forest is both scary and unsettling. The towering size suggests immense power and potential for destruction. Perhaps it's for the best that these creatures remain hidden and undisturbed in their natural habitat. This video, posted by two forest adventurers on their YouTube channel, features the man recording himself in the forest as he discusses their next course of action. He then turns the camera towards his friend and provides some commentary. However, as he turns the camera back to himself, a large black figure can be seen sprinting in the background. The cameraman remains oblivious to the creature's presence, and they continue with their expedition as usual. The creature, appearing massive and covered in black fur, is only glimpsed for a split second, making it difficult to discern any further details. Based on its humanoid posture during the sprint, speculation arises that this could be the legendary Bigfoot. What adds an unsettling and terrifying element to the video is the cameraman's unawareness of the creature behind him. In another video recorded by a hiker, we get a close-up look at what appears to be a Bigfoot. The footage captures a massive creature resembling Bigfoot crossing through the forest. The creature exhibits long ape-like arms, while its legs have a more human appearance. Its walking style is humanoid, and the creature's overall size is quite large. From the vantage point in the video, this creature seems to be a hybrid of an ape and a human, aligning with the typical description of Bigfoot. The hiker who shared this video on Reddit also claimed to have witnessed the creature climbing trees and chasing other animals. Although those moments were not captured due to low camera battery, the video appears genuine to me, with the creature's walking style appearing natural and its skin texture blending seamlessly with the surroundings, making it unlikely to be computer-generated imagery. This video appears as though it's straight out of a horror movie. Recorded by the homeowner's wife, the footage captures her husband playfully demonstrating how to replace a light bulb in their house. The couple was jokingly discussing the task when, as the man got up to replace the light, a face unexpectedly emerged from the wall. Witnessing this, both the man and his wife became terrified and scared, prompting them to run, concluding the video abruptly. The sudden appearance of the face was genuinely unsettling, portraying a creepy image resembling that of a young boy with pale skin. The video seems authentic, particularly evident when paused at the moment the face emerges, revealing the man's genuine shock as he looks directly at it. What are your thoughts on this mysterious face coming out of the wall? Does it seem real, or could it be a hoax? If you find yourself traveling on a desolate road at 3 in the morning, there's a high chance you might encounter something similar to what's depicted in this video. The footage comes from a group of friends in Mexico, enjoying their long drive back from a trip. As they sang along to the music and relished the journey, they recorded each other. However, as the cameraman panned the camera back to the road, a strange figure could be seen running towards the road. This humanoid figure vanished before reaching the road, and the video abruptly ends. The figure, illuminated by the car's headlights, was remarkably fast, presenting a strange sight in the middle of the night on such an isolated road. Even if one were to speculate that it was a human, the question remains, what was that person doing there in the middle of nowhere? Bigfoots have remained a mystery since forever. Again and again, people spotted them in the darkest and deepest places. But there are times when Bigfoots are spotted roaming around in the wild in broad daylight as well. For instance, take this video recorded in 2006 by a man named Harley Hoffman, where a Bigfoot was spotted on cameras as he was recording the area. It was huge and had its whole body covered with black hair. The creature, or the Bigfoot, was going somewhere in quite a hurried manner, and the man had to be safe while getting a proper glimpse of it on camera as well. So even though a small chunk, it shows the creature in the most vivid manner. If we talk about the authenticity of the clip, for me, the way the creature was moving and its appearance give the video a genuine look. What do you think? Night has always held secrets beyond our imaginations. For the curious who wander in the deepest regions just to uncover secrets, sometimes things get way scarier than they had ever imagined. For instance, these guys were out at night for a late drive, enjoying the narrow road between the thick bushes and high trees. However, as they moved forward on the path, they saw a creepy figure that sent shivers down their spine. It looked like a person covered in a brown robe, standing on a corner. It did not move at all as the car passed by it. However, the men in the car were surely shaken by this. Also, if we zoom in, I think I can make up a cross around the figure's neck, which makes now the whole individual to appear as a monk. Could this be the ghost of a monk who lost their life in a violent way around those places? What do you think? Just as I mentioned, people love wandering in the deepest regions and many times come out traumatized. Take these, for example. These people had heard about an abandoned tunnel from the World Wars and knew about the rumors of the tunnel being haunted through the locals. But that did not stop them from leaping into the deep tunnel and wandering around to look for any treasure they were supposed to find there. However, instead of what they were trying to find, they encountered a weird figure. In the tunnel, inches away from them, a human-like figure appeared as if walking away from them, and then disappeared in a moment as well. It looked like a human wearing a white uniform. Could it be the lost soul of a military medic? The men turned back and ran away, and the mystery of the ghost remains the same. Whether it was an altered video or whether they actually captured a ghost is a question which remains unanswered, and I will leave that to you to decide. This clip was recorded by a man who ventured into the forest late at night for a purpose unknown to us. He appeared to be alone and had a string flashlight on. When he couldn't find whatever he came here to look for, he turned the light off, and that's when the scary part began. What he recorded made him question what that thing he saw that night was. It was a weird orange flickering that started happening as soon as the man turned his light off, as if someone was there waiting for the lights to go out to start with its scary ritual. The man couldn't bear what he was seeing for much longer, so he ran as fast as he could back to his car. However, the scene that he had witnessed then was enough to give him nightmares for weeks. Personally, it looked like a pretty scary experience, even if it was a prank or something. A woman was busy recording a detailed video of her neighborhood, trying to capture the church right across her street. What she was trying to capture was a figure which, according to her, roamed around their area. As soon as she moved the camera towards the towering trees, she happened to see the exact figure she was talking about. According to her, the figure appears at the exact same spot every couple of days, but as soon as they try to get closer to it, they see nothing, like it vanishes into the wood. The figure, to me, looked like a man wandering aimlessly, like he is lost. Considering the lady mentions the figure disappears as soon as you get close to it, I would consider it to be a lost soul. What do you think? Wandering around in an abandoned building, this man came across something that terrified him to the core. As he moved up the stairs, he sensed something was wrong, and as he focused on the window in front of him, he knew where it was coming from. A figure started appearing on the window gradually, and after a moment, it started getting clearer and clearer, and developed into a proper girl with her hair on her face and a white dress on. After the man got a proper hold of what he was seeing, he thought it was better to run for his life than explore the abandoned and now haunted building anymore. Was it a real ghost encounter, a cleverly edited video, or something else entirely? The answer remains open to your interpretation, inviting you all to draw your own conclusions. A person who was troubled by unsettling incidents in his kitchen decided to install a security camera to see just what exactly is going on. But what the camera captured made the owner reconsider the idea of keep staying in that house. In the hours of the night, while the owner left the lights on in the kitchen, the footage revealed something perplexing. The lights suddenly went off, and an unidentified entity could be seen appearing in the kitchen and heading into the hallway. The owner says they didn't even realize this happened while they were inside the house. They found out only later when they reviewed the recording, and now are unsure about what they should do next. The whole footage was eerie, and the identity of the mysterious person walking in their house remained unknown. Was it a lost soul that lived and died in that house? What do you think? I personally would consider moving to a friend for at least a few days after seeing that footage. Forests are the places where many inexplicable phenomena occur that defy explanation. Numerous unknown beings lurk in these woods, particularly in the dense and dangerous Siberian forests. Despite the dangers, some adventurers love to explore these forests. This footage was recorded by one such explorer who encountered something bewildering. Moving among the trees, he came across an unsettling scene. While the footage doesn't offer a clear view, it is evident that the creature had black fur. But we can't say for sure, as many have said, that it is footage of the legendary Bigfoot, although I have seen clips of them resting between trees. This might as well be a black bear. What do you think? Am I wrong? Traveling through a dense and dangerous forest in a vehicle may create a sense of safety because you have the ability to speed away from potential dangers. But what if the danger becomes an uninvited passenger? In this video, a person was driving through a breathtaking but dangerous forest. Suddenly, a massive anaconda leaped onto the car's bonnet out of nowhere. The anacondas are known as dangerous snakes, but the driver remained unfazed as he pulled up the car mirrors for safety. The anaconda's leap onto the vehicle seemed like a mistake, as it appeared the snake wanted to dismount but struggled to do so. In my opinion, the snake might have traveled a considerable distance from its original location. I hope everyone got out of this sticky situation unharmed. The forest is the home of most animals, and when humans enter the forest, sometimes the creatures dislike having their atmosphere disturbed. And I urge you all to be very careful where you decide to go have fun. Two friends decided to go snowboarding in the forest, which had turned into a beautiful snowboarding spot. After heavy snowfall, one of them led the way with a camera mounted on their head to record their adventure, while the other followed behind. However, their adventure disturbed a bear who happened to be residing inside a burrow beneath the tree they are passing. The bear, anxious due to all the commotion, decided to climb into the tree, perhaps trying to flee from what he perceived as danger. It climbed up the tree, and only at that moment do these guys finally notice it.
You oh wait, what is that? Yeah, holy inside of the tree right now.
I have to say that these guys are lucky. If the bear indeed felt in danger, they are lucky it decided to flee. Imagine if it instead decided to attack them. Taking off the snowboard equipment takes time they would not have had in a bear attack. So here is my advice. Respect their territory to avoid posing a threat to them. If they feel threatened, they may react violently. In the woods, some particularly rare creatures only emerge at night. This footage was recorded by the dash cam of a person crossing the woods on an unpaved road. The road was rarely used at night since there was no population around, and people avoided using it at night due to potential danger. However, this person had to choose this road for some reason to travel at night. His dashcam captured an unsettling and unknown creature resting in the middle of the road. This unexplainable creature didn't resemble any known creatures. The person driving the vehicle was so terrified that he decided to stop his vehicle. Perhaps he was contemplating whether to cross the creature or not. He might have been afraid that if he approached the unexplainable creature, it might not react positively. Or perhaps he was trying to understand it and document it. I have no idea what this can be, an unknown cryptid or some clever prank. What do you think? If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. Snowy forests are always less explored, as it is difficult to navigate the forest. A person interested in documenting the mysteries of a snowy forest decided to install a trail camera, and this unexplainable footage left him scratching his head. In this footage, an unknown creature can be seen moving between the trees. It was really big, but challenging to identify, as its entire body wasn't clearly visible. What we only see is the movement between the trees. A moving shadow appears among the trees, but before we can fathom it, the footage abruptly ends. I am again not sure whether this is a Bigfoot's resting place or just a bear taking a nap. What do you think? It does seem to have a somewhat humanoid shape, although I am disappointed the owner did not include in their upload more footage time. The Manhattan Monster is a strange creature with a terrifying face, snarling snout, and 5 toes on each foot. This creature is popular in folklore and numerous individuals have reported seeing them. In 2013, this creature washed up under the Brooklyn Bridge and disturbed many who've seen it. Denise Ginley, an amateur photographer, took pictures of the odd pink carcass while strolling along the East River. The unsettling images sparked conspiracy theories, suggesting it might be a waterlogged rodent, a cooked pig, a swollen dog, or something more sinister. Although the New York Parks Department dismissed it as a mere swine, a closer look revealed hands and feet that seemed almost human, unlike a pig's hooves. Denise Ginley disagreed with the Parks Department, pointing out the absence of a cloven hoof and the presence of 5 digits close together. Theories circulated that the creature could be a raccoon or giant rodent, while others speculated a connection to the mysterious Montauk Monster from 2008. Personally, I know there are many things the government keeps secret from us. I wonder if this might be one of them. Goblins are well known and feared forest creatures in folklore, and are often associated with terror. This video captures a small creature bearing resemblance to goblins. A security camera installed in front of a building recorded the sudden appearance of this creature as it crawled on the ground. Moving towards a spot with a poster, the creature aggressively tore it into pieces. After some time, the creature returned in the same direction, remaining on the ground for a while. It then looked up at the security camera, displaying eerie behavior. There is a whole world that remains hidden from our eyes. But it appears that sometimes the hidden forces of the universe reveal themselves to us, and whenever we witness them, we are left with questions that beg for answers. For example, at this footage, someone was driving through a forest, and upon coming closer to a few houses, his buddy who was recording spots a weird shadow-like person crossing the street. The camera is turned towards the figure, and we can see clearly the shadow from closer. At first, I thought it might be a camera glitch, but the glitch looks way too consistent if it is one. Was it some sort of ghost or something more sinister? Before debating the nature of this phenomenon, I believe that we must be thankful that the person driving the vehicle remained safe. Crocodiles are animals that live most of the time in water. However, sometimes they do decide to go for a walk on the land. This footage shows just that, a crocodile taking a walk around a populated neighborhood. This giant creature is not like any other ordinary crocodile. He seems to confidently walk around as if he owns the place. But suddenly, something happens that no one expected. The crocodile tries to climb up the building. I don't know about you, but this is a first for me. I have never seen a crocodile decide to try to climb up a building. I am wondering if his health is fine. I know there are some parasites that make animals do weird and dangerous things. We can only hope that the crocodile remains safe and healthy. I believe that it was necessary to call the authorities to handle the situation, and I hope the girl recording the footage did so. Lions are among the dangerous animals that do not hesitate to attack humans. These animals tend to come outside at night, as seen in footage circulating on the internet where people driving on roads passing through these forests recorded encounters with the animals. This footage was recorded by two individuals driving through the woods and were shocked to be met by this sight. Initially, two lions emerged from the woods and crossed the road to enter another part of the woods. The individuals thought these two lions were the only ones, so they stopped their vehicle to let them cross before continuing their drive. To their surprise, two more lions emerged after a while and crossed the road. Stunned, they thought that was the end, but to make matters worse, even more proudly emerged and crossed the roads. Although I have to say that I think the last ones were the cubs, following the bigger ones for safety. Such situations must be very dangerous. I have seen videos of people driving on such roads on bikes. Big homes with many empty rooms, where fewer people live, can be the best places for ghosts to reside. A person who was the only inhabitant of this massive house noticed some creepy movement outside his room. He decided to document this thing that often disturbed him at night, so he turned on his camera. At first, he did not notice anything, but when he opened the door to the hallway, he noticed a small creature sitting near the wall. He zoomed in a bit, but we can't make out anything yet. After capturing it for a while, he closed the door, but turned and opened it again. The creature was now standing in front of him, eerily looking at him. I believe it looks like the spirit of a child, looking eerily angry. He was left with a number of questions and contemplating his own safety. Was this house inhabited by ghosts? Or something more sinister? What do you think? If you got so far in the video, it means you're a dedicated viewer. Thank you. And if you subscribe and hit the bell button, I promise to keep posting these for you to enjoy. Those who venture into the forest are often met with something that leaves them amazed. However, only a few are lucky enough to witness a creature like Bigfoot with their own eyes. This person, on an adventure in the woods, notices movement in trees a short distance away. Fascinated by this large animal, he decides to capture it on his camera. This black creature is truly massive, passing through the woods at a fast speed but walking calmly, not in a hurry. The reason for this is its size, allowing for big, leisurely steps. The person zooms out his camera 2 times, emphasizing the creature's truly massive appearance. You might have watched numerous Bigfoot sightings scattered all over the internet. Several footages are common. Some have been debunked, but a few remain undeniable. A person present in the woods comes across a massive creature walking in front of him. He decides to capture this moment on his camera. He turns on the camera and records Bigfoot walking. However, Bigfoot, perhaps noticing him, decides to hide behind the bushes. After remaining behind the bushes for a while, the creature decides to come back up. The man suddenly abruptly ends the video, which somewhat annoys me. If the footage is real, then I would have liked to see more, but I am reluctant to say this is the real deal. It does look a bit like a costume. Do you think I am wrong? Our world is filled with peculiar phenomena and undiscovered creatures, and a recent video captures one such mysterious sighting. In the footage, a trail path unfolds, and a bizarre, large, dog-like creature appears engaged in some mysterious activity. This creature has an unusually large body with unsettling proportions, featuring distinctive features like big ears and a long neck. According to the uploader, the creature remains seated for 15 to 20 minutes, seemingly just observing its surroundings without any apparent purpose. The rarity and weirdness of this sighting raise questions about whether this creature is a naturally occurring species, or if it could be linked to some kind of otherworldly summoning. What are your thoughts on this enigmatic encounter? There's a common belief that if you live near woods and hear strange screams for help at night, it's best to call the police because some person might be in trouble. However, that is not always the case. A homeowner recently uploaded a video on Facebook capturing the eerie noises emanating from the nearby woods. Intrigued, he ventured out to investigate further, only to discover that the voices sounded like a human yelling for help, but accompanied by unsettling growls. Some viewers suggested the possibility of skinwalkers, beings known for transforming into other living forms to deceive and lure unsuspecting individuals. It is also especially known that skinwalkers try to imitate voices. However, they are not very good at it. Just listen again. In such a situation, the best course of action is to call the police, allowing trained professionals to assess and handle the situation appropriately. Ever heard of the Michigan monster legend, the Dog Man? Well, if you haven't, this video is about to give you a glimpse of what it's like to have one in your area. The footage shows a street, and the guy eagerly zooms in on something in the distance. You can clearly see there's this dog-like creature jumping around in a really strange way. As the creature leaps, you can see its legs and arms, which look like a mix between a human and a dog. According to the guy recording, this creature appeared to be on the hunt in the neighborhood, making all kinds of scary sounds. What is that? I used to think that dogmen were just myths, but after watching this video, I've got to admit, it's adding another thing to my to fear list. The video originates from an explorer who frequently delves into abandoned structures in forested areas. During one such exploration, he encountered an abandoned cottage-like house in the heart of the forest. Before entering, he recorded the surroundings of the house. However, upon reviewing the footage later, he made a chilling discovery, something peeking through the side windows of the house. The explorer initially missed this during the exploration, as it was concealed in the darkness. Upon freezing the frame and zooming in, it becomes apparent that the entity is a tall, humanoid creature. Unfortunately, the obscured appearance and lack of facial features make it challenging to discern more details. The eerie aspect is that this creature was present in an abandoned house deep within the dense forest. The motives of this mysterious creature remain unknown, Its presence raises questions about why it would choose to stay in such an isolated and abandoned location. The unsettling nature of the discovery adds an element of mystery to the explorer's adventure. A hiker was exploring the deep woods of Lucas, Canada, when he stumbled upon a truly strange and captivating sight. Deep within the forest, he spotted something big and dark in the distance, prompting him to start recording. At first glance, the creature in the video seemed like a large bear, but upon closer inspection, it became clear that it wasn't a bear at all. It was something entirely different. This mysterious creature boasted a thick coat of dark brown fur, giving it a massive and humanoid appearance. Its demeanor appeared rugged, and it seemed aware of the camera's presence. After a while, it nonchalantly walked away. Considering all these characteristics, it's reasonable to think that this creature resembles what many of us refer to as Bigfoot. Bigfoots are known to avoid being recorded or observed by people, choosing to reside in densely wooded areas. Moreover, to me, the video doesn't seem to be a hoax, as the creature's movements and appearance appeared far too natural to be fake. Do you believe in aliens? Well, if you're not sure, this video might just make you reconsider. It's from a farmer who stumbled upon something intriguing in his farm soil. At first, the creature he discovered seems like a regular worm, but then it does something really surprising. It shoots out a white root-like thing from its front, resembling something you'd see in an alien movie. This root attaches itself to the farmer's hand, and after a few seconds, the creature sucks the white substance back in. To me, it looks like this white substance might be the insides of the worm, and it's as if the worm threw its insides out on the farmer's hand, and then sucked it all back in. It's a truly bizarre sight, and I have no idea if this creature is from our world. If you know anything about it, feel free to share in the comments. While busy capturing his bunnies engaging in random activities, he heard something weird outside. Following the noise, he moved towards the window to see what it was, and to his shock, it resembled something straight out of a horror movie.
There's something like
Crouching down there.
Yeah, could you get the light?
In the midst of darkness, a small ray of light fell on the figure apparently crouching down on the ground. However, as soon as the cryptid realized it had been seen by humans, it didn't waste a second before leaving the place. Despite being shocked to the core, the guy went out to get a clearer picture of the scary thing he had just seen. Unfortunately, the creepy figure was already gone for good before anyone could reach it. When looking back at the video, although blurry, I can see that this can't be an animal. The shape resembles a human, although it looks very strange and feral. This video sparked a clash online upon its posting, with many people claiming it as the ultimate evidence of cryptids being real, while others insisted it was a fake video. Regardless of which side you're on, witnessing such a thing in the middle of the night can be a downright scary experience, and there is no denying that. Feel free to draw your own conclusions about its authenticity. Woods have always been associated with mystery and darkness since mankind found its way on Earth. With creepy surroundings, wandering deadly predators, and the ominous darkness. However, this does not deter humans from visiting such potentially dangerous places. Take this guy, for instance. He decided to wander off looking for evidence of the unknown, and that is exactly what he found. Venturing deeper into the forest, he sensed a weird energy getting closer to him. Soon enough, he saw what exactly was making him feel that way. A scary figure, dressed as a normal human being, was standing a few feet away from him. The man pointed his flashlight towards the figure, but it did not move. It seemed as if the figure was just standing there, staring at the man, warning him to get away or face deadly consequences. Fortunately, the man heeded the warning and left the place before anything bad could happen. I heard something here.
What's that?
Go, 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 go. Uploaded anonymously, the video remains a mystery yet to be solved. In my opinion, it could be someone's hanging clothes, but there was a head attached to it, so the chances of it being a ghost are very high. This video was found on a camera discovered in the Scottish woodland a couple of years ago. The camera had only a small clip of two bikers riding around the woods. During the ride, the camera turned towards a scary figure standing right beside them. The bikers paused for a second, looked at each other, before deciding to ride away from the place, as that creepy figure was not something they expected in normal circumstances. The figure had a white face and was completely covered in black overalls. It looked creepy enough to scare even the bravest man. Whether that was just a prop put in the forest to give a scare, I can hear something like a scream in the recording as well. Either way, I am glad they decided to pedal away and not investigate. What happens in abandoned buildings, especially when the buildings were once used for all holy purposes, like churches? This clip might give you a glimpse into the world of the abandoned and the paranormal. Recorded by a security camera placed inside the church, this clip appeared to be very normal at first. There was not a single soul in sight, but then something weird happened. A shadow figure appeared at the backside near the windows. It looked like the shadow of a bent man with a cloth on him, walking around. Everything returned to normal, only for the shadow to appear again, but this time slightly at the front near the benches. The possibility of a human being there is very low, so anyone who saw the clip quickly determined that it was a ghost. Or is there more to this clip that we don't know about? This video was uploaded on the internet in 2019, and when it hit the internet, it shocked everyone who saw it. To some, it might look like a normal clip of a family enjoying some fun time at night. However, it looks all fun and games, until you focus on the background, where a creepy whitish figure appears to be lurking. The humanoid figure just stayed hidden in the darkness, away from the humans, creepily stalking them all the time. He stood afar, then got a little closer, then went back, as if trying to take a better look at the men and the kid enjoying the swing. But what makes the whole clip a lot scarier is the part where the humans did not even sense the presence of the figure near them. Is it that the camera only could capture it, and it wasn't visible to the naked eye? Is it a cryptid, a skinwalker, or something else? The mystery remains unsolved still. They say curiosity kills the cat, but it can also be dangerous for humans, especially when they venture deep into the woods, alone and in the middle of the night. Take this lady, for instance. She went into the woods with the hope of finding something unusual, and that's exactly what happened. Initially, we could only see broken branches, the ground, and the surrounding. However, as she moved forward and started looking around, the camera focused on a scary creature sitting on the ground right in front of her. At first, she couldn't see the figure, but as soon as she did, it ran away and disappeared into the darkness, leaving the lady with no choice but to run for her life. She didn't know what the thing was or if it was planning to attack, so she chose the safe option of retreating back to her cabin.
What is that? Oh my God.
Taking a closer look at the figure, it had a weird black appearance and seemed to be crawling on the ground until the lady focused the flashlight on it. Could it be someone playing a prank on the lady? Or are there more secrets hiding in the woods than we know? Do let me know what you think. Our forests hold mysteries and fascinations beyond our comprehension, and sometimes humans stumble upon things that boggle the mind. In this video, a hiker makes a confusing discovery, a strange-looking creature in the heart of the forest at night. At first glance, it resembled a bobcat, but upon closer inspection, the creature's weird features became apparent. Though it had bobcat-like ears, its face was unusually wide, and the gap between its eyes raised eyebrows. What truly sends shivers down my spine is the creature's intense stare at the hiker. The eyes exude an eerie, almost evil quality, leaving a chilling impression that its intentions might not be as innocent as they seem. This video was recorded back in 2013 when a guy was hiking in the mountains and heard breaking branches close to him. Scared, he tried hiding and then looking for what was causing it. Soon enough, he was able to uncover the scary reason behind the sounds. Quite close to the guy, the creature remained half hidden in the bushes and trees. Its whole body was covered in thick, dark hair. The man remained hidden, trying his best to not be seen by the creature, or else it would have ended very badly for him. I don't know if it's just my imagination, but the creature seemed to be reaching with its arm, which I don't think a bear would do. You could see part of that tree moving like it was picking leaves. For me, it looked like it was Bigfoot. Also, it had a unique color, and I've heard people describing Bigfoots as having a mixture of colors like this creature. Could it be Bigfoot, or am I mistaken, and this is just a bear caught at just the right moment? There are times when humans come across a sight that takes them back to the mythological world. Something exactly like that happened in 2015 in Thailand when locals saw a buffalo giving birth to a scary creature. Although the animal was born to a healthy buffalo and had the hooves, body, and limbs of a mammal, it also had strange reptile-like scales and an elongated snout, and candles were lit around the calf as locals believed it would bring them good luck, while humans' imagination and mind ran wild with the poor calf, assuming it to be an omen, or for some, a mutation mix of a crocodile and a buffalo. In reality, it was just a baby with a skin disorder, resulting in it being scaly like a reptile. Hiking alone in the woods can be scary, but sometimes things happen that make you wonder. That's what happened to a woman who had an encounter with the wild that left her terrified.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Instead of attacking her, like you might expect, the cougar was just as surprised and scared as she was. It actually just ran away quickly, as if trying to escape the strange human encounter. Luckily, the woman filmed the whole thing and shared it online, where everyone who saw it could only talk about how lucky she was. And I find myself in that group. I can't state enough just how dangerous such situations are. A human stands no chance against this animal. The strength and power golden eagles hold are unmatchable. And if you think these eagles only attempt to catch small fish or animals, then you are wrong. An example of their daring nature can be seen in this clip, where everything seems normal at first, with the deer family grazing busy in their own selves. But just then, the majestic eagle approaches from behind and attempts to catch one of the fawns. Thankfully, the deer were quick enough to not just react, but to run as well. And that's how the eagle's attempt failed. If the grazing animals had been slightly later, one of them would have been in the grip of the sharp claws, flying high above the sky, waiting to be someone's dinner. We all have an idea of how scary nature can be, but it becomes scarier for us humans when it comes at us with all its might. People in Thailand witnessed the strength of nature when a flood hit the country and damaged as much as it could. One clip, which particularly went viral, was of a car caught in the strong flow of water. The people sitting in the car couldn't even get the chance to get out of it, and they just went with the flow. No one could help them at that moment, even if they wanted to, because that would mean risking their own lives, considering the raging water's flow. The video ended abruptly. However, later it was revealed by the authorities that every single person inside the car was rescued. In 2016, a farmer in China came across a creepy sight. He was all excited for his pig who was soon to give birth. However, when it did, it wasn't exactly what the farmer was expecting. The piglet had 2 heads attached to one tiny body. It had 2 snouts and 3 eyes. According to the farmer, he did not feed the pigs anything toxic, so that could not be the reason. From the looks of it, the piglet appeared healthy, drinking milk and even eating like normal animal babies do. However, how long would it survive remained a question. I don't know why, but this is certainly not the first case I hear of such mutations. These kinds of things seem quite common in China, as animals with 2 heads or other mutations keep getting born every few months, but they don't survive for too long. I wonder why that is the case. Storms are pretty scary to even look at from afar, but imagine being right in the middle of one. This is exactly what happened in this clip, where a man somehow managed to record all the chaos that was happening around him as a strong storm hit his house. At the start, the winds were not that strong, but within seconds, the whole scenario completely changed, and the car, the bins, and whatever was on the street started being pushed around. Even the trees, with such strong roots in the ground, couldn't hold the ground and broke into half. God knows how the man was able to stand there and record it all, and why he did not try to rush inside to somewhere safe. I am sure I wouldn't hang around with all this hell going around me. It literally took a few seconds for the whole scene to turn from peaceful to chaotic, and I guess that's how powerful nature is. If you guys love going to the beach for a nice sunny day and to get some needed tan, this clip will have you thinking twice before planning your next trip. This clip was recorded a couple of years ago when a huge wave hit the coast, although I'm not sure exactly where this is filmed. At the start of the clip, it looks like just a normal day on the beach. There was no water beyond the limits. However, in a matter of seconds, a huge wave hit, dragging with it everything around. The cars, the huts, and everything that was there completely vanished, with nothing but water in the sight everywhere. The guy who was recording it all was safe since he was standing on top of the building, but considering the flow, it would not be surprising if the water took the building down as well. I don't know if that was the case here, but I have to warn you, if you find yourself at a beach and see the waters retreat a lot, you need to run. A big wave is coming your way. Recorded years ago, this clip had everyone in shock as they laid their eyes on it. It was in India that some locals saw a weird animal roaming around their village. Not knowing what it was, they caught it and got it caged. At first, I thought that it's a dog with some skin disease, but it does not really look like a canine. The body shape resembles more of a rat. Was it some species that had somehow hidden from human eyes till today? Or was it just an animal with some abnormality that got way too big? When it was uploaded on the internet, everyone had their own opinions. However, I can't say for sure which is the true one. Anyone has any explanation? With every clip, you will be taken to the weird world in which we live. This clip, for instance, shows another moment that, if not filmed, no one would have ever believed. In the middle of the night, when everything seemed calm and peaceful, a raccoon made a grand appearance on a Ring camera. But the raccoon was not doing anything usual. Instead, it was flawlessly walking on its front legs. I gotta give it to him. He's got skill. Now, the question is why? Why was the raccoon up to such tricks? Maybe its hind legs were hurt. Or maybe it was just trying to show off its newly learned tricks. Has anyone ever seen this before? I know it's a first for me. Zoos have been keeping animals for so long, feeding them whatever they can, However, this zoo staff was recorded feeding something out of the ordinary to a few of their animals: blood. Vampire bats are known for their liking of blood, and that's the main thing they live on. So, to keep them alive and healthy, the zoo makes sure to give them enough blood when they need. In the clip, we can see how they have arranged a number of tiny bowls which they fill with blood, and then the bats come to the ground to drink from them. This non-traditional way might freak you out, but that's the only way to keep these bats healthy and satisfied. As for what kind of blood the zoo feeds them, it remains a mystery, adding to the creepiness of the whole situation. Although I am pretty sure it's not human, so don't worry. Trail cameras are set up to get insights of the wild, and to capture them being themselves in the wild, and this trail camera captured exactly that. A pine marten who was on a mission to get some food had no idea that an owl was right there with its sharp eyes on them. The pine marten, stumbling upon an owl nest, thought it could get a quick snack. Only got a whack on the back. That was enough for it to know that the area is not safe and it needs to run for its life. However, the second pine marten got a little more than that, as the owl pushed it down the tree branch with a whiff. I have to say that the owl has an interesting way to defend its territory. Hit and run rather than stand and fight. I guess it adapts to its advantages, as owls have perhaps one of the most silent flight, so other animals will never hear it coming. Either way, the pine martens got their lesson. Never again should they come to the same spot. While most people only focused on the buffaloes making their way through the thick snow, not many saw what was happening in the background. While the buffaloes were busy walking around, not just one or two, but 4 massive creatures were captured on camera as well. They remained mostly hidden behind the trees, but the glimpse that we got was enough for us to know that they were none other than Bigfoot. They were huge if we consider their size compared to the trees, and the way they effortlessly moved through the snow tells us that they were not average humans. The footage was recorded by a camera mounted in the area for surveillance purposes, and when the authorities got the video, they were quite shocked. Do you believe this is footage of a Bigfoot family? A guy was in the middle of the river trying to catch some fish when he noticed a weird creature in the water. It took him a few minutes to realize that it was a sloth, almost drowning. The man quickly went up to the animal and rescued it on his boat. And that's how this sloth got not just his life saved, but also a good ride on the boat. However, when the video was uploaded at first without any context, many people confused the sloth to be some weird creepy creature. It did look like it, but I think after a while it looks clear it is a sloth. I applaud the man for taking care of it. These creatures are pretty known to not be the most adapted ones. This video was uploaded by a guy on YouTube in 2017. He recorded and uploaded it to see if others had any idea what the thing he just saw was. Apparently, it looked like an insect, but not one or two. Instead, a whole group conjoined together, clinging to a tree or rock in the creepiest way possible. And to make it scarier, the whole mass was pulsating in a weird way as well. At first, I was shocked and found myself scratching my head since I had no idea what it was. But later I found out online that this mass might be tens of sawfly larvae, although I can't say with full confidence that they appear much larger than they would be alone, and they then wriggle in unison to appear as one organism. I heard before of this kind of behavior, which is triggered in order to incur a survival advantage, because one single larvae would be easy to pick and eat by the birds. Therefore, they form this weird mass and freak every passing being out. But I can be wrong. What do you think? There are sights you see that will always stay in your head to haunt you, and the sight of this donkey is one of them. Recorded years ago, this clip can still have the ability to haunt people. I know it will haunt me for the days to come. It shows a donkey with abnormal growth near its ears and on its face, which looks like an extreme case and must have had this donkey in severe pain. However, Its bad luck was that it was in a village where instead of getting proper care, the donkey was made an exhibition for locals to come and have a look at. Without treatment, I suppose the donkey later died due to its situation, although I hope I am wrong. Bad luck can happen anywhere and everywhere. Most of the time, it catches you so off guard, not even the people around you know what to do. This is exactly what happened to this woman, who was having a normal day, shopping and walking around the mall, until moments before she could get on the escalator, a floorboard collapsed. However, thanks to the quick reflexes of the guy who was with her, she didn't get hurt, and he even managed to pull her back with the help of others. I think I always think about this when I get on an escalator, because this is not the first video I see of people falling next to an escalator. While watching this video, I felt genuinely concerned about the identity of this creature and the origins of the video. Unfortunately, there wasn't much information available. In this unsettling footage, we see someone standing in front of a car, signaling it to do something. The creature appears humanoid, but has a rather strange and unconventional shape. If it's an animal, it seems to be naked with no fur on its body. Its limbs are thin, and its head has an unusual, almost alien-like appearance. The way this creature is signaling the car to veer into the bushes and darkness is exceptionally peculiar. What might its motives be? Does it intend to lure passengers there for sinister purposes? The answers remain a mystery. This is the strange sight some hikers found in some forests. Could it be a lost orangutan strolling the forest, or a backpacker with seriously long arms? Or is it perhaps the legendary Sasquatch? The long-limbed creature steps out from behind the dense foliage and strolls through, the camera following its every move. Fortunately, whatever it is, it doesn't seem to be aware of the camera. Its face is ape-like, which would contribute to the idea of it being some type of orangutan. It does not look in our direction, but walks determinedly. I would love to know which forest this is in. Unfortunately, we do not get to see more of this strange creature, but it does raise the question of whether this is a lost species of humans, as we can see how human-like it appears. Glowing white eyes in the dead of night. From out of the darkness can barely be seen a shape, a moving creature. It is rumored to be the Australian yowie. Some individuals believe that yowies could be the Australian equivalent of Bigfoot, although there are different accounts regarding the creature. It is believed that this creature inhabits the outback and other remote areas of Australia. Opinions on the creature's behavior vary, with some describing it as timid or shy, while others claim it to be violent and aggressive. I think it is safe to say that whatever this creature is, it is a terrifying one we would all want to avoid meeting in the forest. With its large forehead, we can almost imagine it to be a gorilla of sorts. Its movements are rapid and jerky. It seems to be hiding, but from what? Does it know it is being watched from this trail camera? These homeowners heard some strange sounds outside their home, and they started recording the outside. And what they saw was terrifying, as the owner started calling someone on his phone. Deep within the darkness, something seems to be moving. The creature remains still to begin with, hiding in the distance and watching. It then moves over to the side slightly and comes closer to the camera. I can't be sure if there is a time lapse on this video, but it seems that the frightening humanoid figure materializes ever closer. The figure is white and large, a skinwalker perhaps. If such a thing does indeed exist, I would imagine it to look just like this. You can hear the desperation in Richard's voice as he tries to convince his friend of what he is seeing.
It's like 35 feet away, and it came out of those weeds. You know what I'm talking about?
At one point, the being looks almost ape-like, until it stands straight again, and then it clearly is not. The creature is very well aware that Richard is there, and it watches him, Richard says something like, "It came back."
Oh my God, there it is, Mike. It came back. Oh my gosh.
Making us understand that this is not the first time he is visited by this. We can only hope that Richard's friend eventually believed him and came to his rescue. This driver caught a strange sight in the middle of the road and had to film it. A strange-looking predator carrying away its slain prey. The only thing really clear in this video is the fact that whatever the animal is walking away, it is carrying the head of a zebra. Where does the rest of the prey lie, we wonder? It is half bush pig, half buck of some kind, a deviant of nature, an amalgamation of beings that hides in the night. I am not quite sure what this creature is. Unfortunately, just as we see the profile of the animal, it disappears into the bush. But I think I've been watching this video too many times. The animal's bottom almost seems pixelated as it trots casually away, which makes me wonder whether the footage has been edited. The animal is indeed casual. It does not seem perturbed that there is a vehicle with bright lights following closely behind it. There is no sense of urgency. This in itself is strange and somewhat unnerving. This video starts innocently enough with a few guys filming something odd in the distance. The one filming makes reference to black dots, but their attention, and ours, is very soon diverted to the large humans scaling the forest edge. We hear the cameraman's exclamation that it is a skinwalker.
Dude, that was a skinwalker. What?
Follow him.
I videoed it.
Within Navajo culture, a skinwalker is characterized as a malevolent witch capable of transforming into, possessing, or camouflaging themselves as an animal. I was under the assumption, however, that skinwalkers ever only came out at night. This is in broad daylight. I'm really not sure what to make of it. The creature is huge, almost reaching the tops of the trees. Unfortunately, it isn't long before the guys lost the creature, so we can't be sure what it was that we saw. This lady has found one of the strangest looking creatures. At first it does look like some sort of a abnormal rat, crawling without any limbs. However, as strange and alien as these creatures are, there's actually a logical explanation. This bizarre creature is called the rat-tailed maggot. So it is not a rat, but rather a maggot. It is the larval or immature stage of a fly. These whitish larvae measure around 3 to 4 inches in length and possess a distinctive feature, an elongated tail of approximately 1 to 2 inches in length. This tail serves as a breathing tube for the maggots when they are submerged in water. As they reach maturity, the maggots become a nuisance by crawling away from their breeding site in search of a dry location where they can undergo metamorphosis and transition into the adult stage. As creepy as they look, they are completely harmless, so the lady in this video was in no danger. This guy was walking around in a forest, filming as he was doing his stroll, but when looking back at his footage, he found something strange caught on camera. Right at the end of this footage, the camera caught the sight of a strange lizard-like creature which can be seen emerging from a tree stump. The cameraman obviously did notice, as we can see how he freaked. It is indeed a frightening sight to see while walking all alone in a forest. But honestly, I think that rather than a mysterious creature, it is more likely a type of lizard. But even that would be hoping for too much. There is so much driftwood and debris out in the forest that it is quite easily just a strange shaped piece of wood. There are strange creatures among us, for sure. This isn't one of them. These remarkable images, captured by a trail camera deep in the forests of Oregon, have ignited a wave of speculation and wonder. From the very first glance, it becomes apparent that we may be in the presence of the legendary and elusive creature known as Bigfoot. The figure, towering amidst the trees, exhibits distinct humanoid characteristics, captivating the imagination with its enigmatic presence. However, it is the additional element that truly adds an extra layer of intrigue to this already fascinating encounter. Upon closer examination, an unexpected revelation unfolds. Nestled securely on the back of the majestic Bigfoot, a smaller figure becomes visible. This diminutive companion, seemingly a baby, clings tenaciously to its larger counterpart, gripping onto the strands of hair. The resemblance between the two is striking, suggesting a kinship. The notion that these awe-inspiring beings may indeed be a Bigfoot and its offspring opens up a world of possibilities. Could these elusive creatures possess complex familial structures and social dynamics? Do they, like humans and other mammals, exhibit maternal instincts and nurture their young? The presence of the baby Bigfoot lends further credence to the existence of an entire species. Could this remarkable trail camera footage be the key that unlocks the secrets surrounding Bigfoot's elusive nature? For more captivating content like this, click here. Thank you for tuning in.